What's up, everyone? Today we are going to be looking at ChatGPT Agent from OpenAI. There's been a ton of excitement around this, and it makes perfect sense if you think about it. Why wouldn't an AI be able to control your browser? Why wouldn't an AI be able to go visit the web for you, make reservations, do your research, do all the stuff that's super annoying, close the cookie banner that's on every website? But yeah, so I decided to take this through a testing just a couple relatively simple things to see if it's ready. It's not ready. And just see what the experience is like. I thought I'd start off by just showing you their webpage. It shows you kind of the stuff it could do. You know, agent takes actions on the web, blah, blah, blah. There's the little arrow moving around, and you could see it successfully clicking a date picker on a website. More on that later. And it's its promotional stuff. Here's another one. How OpenAI's red team made ChatGPT Agent into an AI fortress. Basically, red teaming is testing to make sure there's no vulnerabilities, that's not going to create a bioweapon or break into websites or hack some stuff, isn't vulnerable to prompt injection, etc. So it's all this thing is so powerful we had to do all this security. That's all fair and good, but at the end of the day, does it really work is the question. And then let's look at another headline. This is more along the lines of my experience. OpenAI's new AI agent takes 1 hour to order food and recommends visiting a baseball stadium in the middle of the ocean. It'll test your patience. That's generally what my feeling has been with it. And then I sent ChatGPT Agent out to shop for me. It's a small, glitchy step forward in AI. Again, that's how it felt for me to use this thing. That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean I'm not optimistic about it. It is going to work. It is going to happen. Eventually, the agents will be the ones browsing the web and doing all the sort of grunt work that we have to do different things, whether it's individually or for our companies. But it's just not there yet. It's kind of like a glimpse into the future, but it's extremely buggy right now. It's sort of like, I don't know, hell, if you're old enough to remember, but modems dialing on to get on the internet, you could see how great it would be, but it was still very slow and painful. Took forever to download a picture, etc. So basically, here's a whole review of it. I gave it 2 tasks that I think are relatively reasonable tasks. The first one is to go find me 2 nights at a Marriott on a trip a road trip from San Diego to Austin, Texas, with the requirement that I have to be able to bring my dog into the hotel. So it has to find 2 hotels that accept dogs along that road trip. 2 sort of reasonable stops. And so I wrote a whole prompt for that. And then the second one was pretending that I had a startup related to roofing, so roofs for houses, and go ahead and get me the top 10 roofers, by size of business in the San Diego market, and take those 10 roofers, get all their contact information, and stick it inside of a spreadsheet for me on a Google Sheet. Those were the 2 tasks. I think they're very, very reasonable. I wasn't asking it to break into the Pentagon or anything crazy like that. So it struggled really, really hard. I did the exact same test a few days ago on Perplexity Comet, and I was frustrated with that, but Perplexity Comet actually did a better job by far than ChatGPT Agent. So there could be a bunch of reasons for that. Maybe people are just blocking ChatGPT Agent. It's the browser is in the cloud, so maybe inherently it gets blocked by more firewalls and stuff. But either way, it didn't work great. It had a hard time. You'll see. It had a hard time with a lot of stuff. So anyway, here's the video. Hope you like it. And I'm going to do another one on something called GenSpark soon. And then I know Claude's coming out with one. And I believe Google Gemini is coming out with one, which probably will work better because they'll be able to leverage Google Agent for a bunch of things. But anyway, I'll be doing those, so please follow up and follow me. If you're not following me yet, I'm going to be making a bunch of videos like this. All right, hope you enjoy it. So first, let's just look here at the page. What is ChatGPT Agent? Introducing the agent, bridging research and action, thinks and acts proactively, choosing from a toolbar of agentic tools to complete a task using its own computer. So what's different here is that Perplexity Comet is actually a browser. This seems to be a browser in the cloud. So definitely a difference there. I'm not sure how it's going to handle things like authenticating to another website. So we're going to have to check that out. This is, I think, the only page about this. There's a little bit of a video here. So I've seen these graphics where it appears to be operating a little miniature website. So anyway, let's give it a shot, see how it does. I have a couple tasks queued up here. I'm going to use the same prompt that I used for Perplexity Comet. So I think we just have to go here and put this in agent mode. Sources, so I could tell it all these different things. I am not connected to any of this stuff now, so actually let's go create a new sheet. We will call this roofers 2. I'll explain that in a second. But anyway, here is the first prompt. This is I have 2 prompts. One is it's a complicated booking scenario for a hotel using Marriott. And the second is more of like a lead gen for a startup. So let's begin with the first one, which is the Marriott one. Let's see how it does here. I'm going to have to make a slight tweak here because the language is a little off. I think I tell it that we're already logged in. Yeah, so let's say we need to log into Marriott in the browser. Let's see, you need to prompt me to log. It should be in space 2, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so let's see how that does. I think that everything else would be the same. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm asking it to find a couple hotel choices during this long road trip from San Diego to Austin, Texas. The reason I need to do this is because we can't just get a regular hotel. We have to bring a dog with us, and so we need dog-friendly hotels that are part of the Marriott chain so that I could use points. This is an actual problem I have, and it was actually kind of difficult to figure it out when we drove from Austin to San Diego. So let's see if this can figure it out. So let's send it on and see. Now, hopefully what it'll do is it'll ask me to log into Marriott. That would be ideal. If it does that, let's see. I'll need to log in. Well, that's cool. So I would say that's a positive thing that it's doing there. Okay, because basically what I was able to do with Comet was log right in. Please take over and sign in. Oh, that's great. I understand. The thing is, I don't actually know my... Oh, this is cool. So I'm controlling a browser in a cloud, but I need to go here in order to get my password from here. Copy that. So let's see if it lets me paste. Allow. And boom. Let's see if that works. It's going to text me. All right. Send me the code. So far, this is actually pretty cool, I got to say. 526664. Verify. Alrighty. Here we are. Okay, I'm logged in. Oh, yes, I am logged in. So now I'm finished. That was weird. I would say finish controlling. Did you see I said there was a problem connecting? I don't know if it was my internet or what, but basically I'm done controlling. We're logged in, and now it should begin this process of trying to figure it out. Look how great that is. Okay, this is very cool so far. All right, just picked the wrong check-in date. It's having trouble. Struggling to click. It's picking Thursday. Did you see that? Now I had to uncheck everything. Now it's got Friday, I think. No, it picked Thursday and Friday again. Wrong days. Try again. Come on, you could do it. Well, there you go. All right. So it's got... Theoretically, I don't need to be here for this, but it's pretty funny. Oh, look at it. It clicked the use points button. That's brilliant. Yeah, one of the things we told it is to not pick the kids in the room because Marriott's actually finicky. We have 3 kids, and it won't let us put 3 kids in a room with 2 adults, even though one of them is like not even 2 yet. So it's just a Marriott max occupancy thing. So I told it to not even bother with that, but just to make sure that we get rooms that have, oh, what the hell happened there? That was bad. Access denied. So maybe there's a reason why you want to run a browser on the user's local computer. There might be a reason for that because, there's probably some sort of smart load balancer or something like Cloudflare that's saying, hey, you're obviously coming from a cloud somewhere. This is not a user's desktop browser. Okay. Well, I would say this is now going down a bad path, but let's do a new tab here and let's do a new one. I'll let that one keep running. It's still going. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next one, which is, it's a roofer thing. It's basically, I'm pretending to have a startup that needs to get a bunch of roofers in a local area. So basically, I need to actually tweak this prompt. I already have a Google Sheet linked here. I need to authenticate me. Okay. The sheet has, cool, I'm just tweaking the prompt I used for Anthropic. Okay, so basically what I'm having it do is I'm having it research roofers in northern San Diego and put them into a spreadsheet. That's what I'm asking for. And I just need to, so here's the sheet here. You want to the authentication sheet and it needs, okay. Some slight differences, primarily because I had the sheet set up already on, sorry, I said Anthropic, I meant Perplexity, Comet, and in this case, just based on the way it works, I think I'm going to have ChatGPT try to add these columns for me. So anyway, agent mode, yes, it's going to need to somehow gain access to the sheet. So it's probably going to ask me to authenticate my Google account. There we go. It's opening the sheets link. Yeah, I probably should have just had that thing right on at anybody with the link. Hey, did Google shut off? Did Google shut off ChatGPT Agent access? Is that what happened here? Okay. Alrighty. I think we have a somewhat hard failure here. Okay, how do I stop it? So I'm going to say, stopping you. Maybe I can add the sheet as a source. Connectors, Google Drive. No, I don't want to do that. All I want to do is add. It's already connected to Google Drive. You should already have access to the sheet via Google Drive. All right, so I'm copying this again. Let's see what happens. I think Google shut them off. That's what I think happened here. Wow. Can you please first test the sheet access? Meanwhile, this thing's still cranking away. Oh, man. F. Oh, here we go. Well, that was very weird. I have no idea why that happened. What? Try it another way. And your password. All right, here we go. Let's see if that works. Tap yes on my tablet. Okay, none of us have any idea why that happened, do we? That was very bizarre. I have to tap the 87 on my phone now. Yes, it's me. Okay. Finish. Okay, so now it should work, theoretically. Okay, so now it's going to do the roofing company research. Let me guess this one. Can you try Marriott site again? I'm asking it to try Marriott again because I think it has gotten itself lost. So basically, it started down the right path. It was going to Marriott. Then it had that weird error. And then it decided to check all these other websites instead of Marriott, which is, you can't possibly. Look at this. It looks like the Marriott site is no longer accessible because the virtual browser tool has been disabled. It's not disabled. Try it again. Wow. What in the world is happening here? You need to prompt me to sign in. We're still in agent mode here? I think this has failed completely. Okay, I'm going to say let's restart this one. Okay? I'm giving up on that. That didn't seem to work. Do it again. We are not logged in the browsers, so you need prompt me to log. Basically, I'm telling you need to prompt me to log in to gain access. I'm actually going to copy all this so I don't lose it. Okay, so boom. Wait, did we do it in agent mode? I forgot. Crap. Hold on. Stop. Tools. You know what? We got to redo it again. Tools. Agent mode. This one's still going. Is it putting things in? Not yet. Understood. Okay, I will find 2 Marriott brand hotel options for each night. See, if you recall, it like got me logged in, was using. What is it doing? Well, I'll let it run. Opening. Yeah, opening Bring Fido. I know it's like searching the web, but it really should be focused on getting me logged into Marriott first, I would think. But maybe it's just trying to figure out which hotels first. So, I mean, we've given it 2 tasks. The first one is to go ahead and find these hotel nights. And the second one is to get these roofer research. So far, we have no hotel nights picked. So we have nothing in the spreadsheet for the roofers. I really had hoped that this would be better than Perplexity Comet, but I am not seeing that. It's worse. It's very interesting. And it's also interesting how it shows the sheet in the background here and the overlay of the reading mode as it finds things. So maybe it just needs a lot of time. But I'm going to ask this. Hey, can you please just have me log into Marriott first so you can do your business? I spelled Marriott wrong. Because basically what I would like to do in this scenario is I would like to get up and walk away. Look, do you see it's gone to the Expedia page? It couldn't figure out how to get to Marriott.com. It went to Expedia first. There we are. The Marriott page is there. Now all you have to do is let me log in. Take over. Let's try this again. Sign in. Copy this password. Copy it. It's probably going to ask me, sending me a text message again. No, I think I'm logged in. Okay? You can say finish controlling. So now it's logged in. It should be able to do all of its work and come back with the answer. It's like I need to check the user's computer to see they're logged in. Okay, fine. Seems like it's back on its path. None of these are here. Okay, so what we're going to do, I don't know how much of this you guys have watched, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep running, and I'll come back in and show you what it did. It's been 22 minutes so far. So far, it's getting nothing done other than attempting to log into some websites through this cloud-based browser thing. Okay, we got a new update. It's asking me to log in again. You know, we just did this. So here we go, logging in once again. Oh, I am already logged in. Okay, so I was logged in. It didn't know we were logged in. Let's see what happens. So it's basically sitting here checking if we're logged in or not. This is so interesting. Wow. It can't use a date picker. Did you see that? The page reset. It didn't reset. It's because you clicked the logo to go home. Yeah, do you see? Now it's like selected the whole page. It's picked the 25th to the 26th. Now it has to click use points awards. It typed Las Cruces, so it double typed it. Now it's got to fix that. See, I would just Wow, what is it? Just click on. No, it's in a different country, I believe. Or maybe not. Look, it's going back home again. I think we might be okay. Oh, but it didn't click use points. Yeah, big time this thing is struggling. Access denied! Okay, well, that's not working. Let's see how the roofers are coming along. Well, yeah. Go ahead and enter it per the instructions. Okay, so this one seems to think it's ready to put it in the spreadsheet. It has the data. Analyzing. What could you possibly be analyzing? Oh, we got to do some Python here. Interesting. See if I can't just copy and paste it into the spreadsheet. It has access to it. So interesting. Have been compiled and are ready to enter. And once I confirm, I've confirmed. It's like wants me to confirm again. I just haven't confirmed that you're going to figure out how to do the Google Sheet. That's the thing I'm wondering if you still know how to do it. Oh, I can't write into this environment. Okay, well, I'd call that one an F. And all it had to do was do some research and put some stuff in a Google Sheet. You saw me authenticate to Google. It had the sheet open, it did all the research, and then it couldn't do it anymore. This one, still working. We are, I think, over a half hour into this. So I'll give it a little more time, but it doesn't look promising. All right, well, the hotel search is finished. It did find a few options, which I believe were actually the same hotels we stayed at. These are similar options to what I received from Perplexity Comet in terms of recommendations. One thing I'll note, it did take some very good notes about the route and everything, gives a lot of information. But one thing I'll say is that it failed at logging into Marriott to getting the amount of points it would take to stay. So that was like when you think about agent mode, like what makes it an agent is that it should be able to assign out tasks such as and break things into parts and pieces. In this case, I had to do a bunch of research from a bunch of different places, but then the ask that I had for it was to get the points that it would take. It says exact points per night can vary, so check your Bonvoy account. But it had access to my account. I was logged in, and it wouldn't do it. And as you saw in the video, if you watched the whole thing, it logged in a couple times, had access, and was having trouble actually getting through the date clicker to check the points. That's something that Perplexity did a better job because it was really just a local browser. I think they were getting blocked by some agent detection that was happening because the browser is in the cloud. So I think it's neat. Overall, I'm sure there's some really great use cases for this where you don't want to have a browser agent running on your computer the whole time, and you'd rather just run it in the cloud. And there's probably some places where you're not going to get blocked and where it can go ahead and do the research and succeed. But in this case, I've given it two examples. One was this booking a trip. They got blocked by Marriott. This one over here, I had it doing some research on roofing companies in the San Diego market. It was able to conduct the research. It had access to Google Sheets, to this particular sheet. I gave it access. I logged in. It knew it had access. It had the sheet open. But when it came time to put it into Google Sheets, it had somehow lost track of the fact that it did have the access. So I'd say on both examples where it had like browser agent stuff, it failed. So not ready. These things are very exciting and have great promise, but at this moment in time, they are not ready yet. And we'll see. We're going to do one more test with another one. And I know there's more of these coming out, but I'm going to keep this particular prompt available because it seems to be stumbling everybody. So let's see if anyone can get this one right in the future. But anyway, it's interesting. Not quite ready. That's the conclusion. I would give this, if Perplexity Comet got a B-, I'm going to give ChatGPT Agent a C, not even a C+. Sorry, but that's just how I feel. Catch you next time.